And, and if you want to become a marquee athlete or a marquee boxer, you have to build an image. You know what I mean? And what was going on in this country at that time, I built an image of defiance. My hero in boxing was Jack Johnson. You know, one of the first black heavyweight champions in the world who wore a bald head, you know. So I shaved my hair and I grew a Fu Manchu mustache, all images of defiance. And so that's why I became the Hurricane. You know what I mean?
The Hurricane. Now, where'd that come from?
That came from a fight promoter in Jersey City, New Jersey, while I was still fighting preliminary fights. And I was getting rid of people real quickly, you know, knocking them out in 1 or 2 rounds and things. And he dubbed me the Hurricane. Now, I didn't like that name. I didn't like that name at all. I didn't want that name because there was a Hurricane before me, a Hurricane Jackson, who was a light heavyweight, who couldn't break an egg, actually. You know what I mean? But he was a very busy fighter, and that's why he was named the Hurricane. So when they dubbed me the Hurricane, I did not like that. But that was a name that has stuck with me to this very day.
Now, around that same time, we have a young Muhammad Ali coming on the scene.
Absolutely. But a young Cassius Clay.
Right.
At the scene. And that's when Cassius Clay and I got into it, because the state of New York was trying to decide whether they're going to abolish boxing in the state of New York. And Muhammad, well, he was Cassius Clay at the time, was asked to testify in front of a Senate committee as a gold medalist of the Olympics. And I was asked to testify as a former convict who needed boxing in order to make a living. And so we were standing outside the Senate chamber in Albany, and a little young boy walked up and asked Cassius Clay for his autograph. And at that time, Cassius Clay's image was that of a dapper dandy, you know, carrying a black walking stick. And Cassius Clay knocked the paper out of that young adoring child's hand. And I told Cassius, then I said, "You're a punk. You're a big punk, nothing but a punk." And from that moment on, me and Cassius didn't get along. He tried to get all of his stablemates, which he was in the stable of Angelo Dundee in Florida, tried to get all of his stablemates to whoop me. You know, one was Florentino Fernandez, where I knocked out Madison Square Garden. Another one was Gomeo Brennan. Another one was Jimmy Ellis, who became the heavyweight champion of the world. But, you know, this was a thing between Cassius Clay and the Hurricane, 2 images clashing together. But after that, when Muhammad became Muhammad, then we became the best of friends. Muhammad was one of my strongest supporters in getting my case overturned. He would do anything I would ask him to do. I mean, that was because he refused to go to Vietnam, or he refused to join the military.
Mm-hmm.
And so they gave him a 5-year sentence for that, which eventually was done away with. And so that was I don't know